Is it possible to get rid of your SSA? That's a great question, and I'm sure a question asked by everyone with SSA at some point. Can you get rid of your same-sex attraction? Well, I think there are different ways to look at it. I have only met one person in my life who claims to have completely gotten rid of his SSA. And that being said, there are many men who have testified to have experienced a significant decrease in their homosexual feelings as a product of much self-inner work that they have done, and this is something that we can address. And there are men who said that they have not necessarily experienced a decrease in their SSA, but rather a decrease in how much it bothered them, or distracted them in their life, or how much of a hold it actually had upon them. So if the question is change possible? I would tell you, yes, definitely. The life you have as you know it can change in so many ways that you yourself wouldn't recognize yourself after some time. How does one go about changing or getting rid of their SSA? Well, while it's very difficult to say on a public forum because it's a very personal question, there's a general idea that maybe would work for you, and you can take what you want from it. It starts with a lot of questioning. What is it that you want when you say you want to get rid of your SSA? What are you looking to achieve, and how will you know you achieved it? What would you feel like, and what would be different in your life? The reason why I think it's important to know and start training yourself that whenever you're answering a question for yourself or looking to discover yourself more, it helps more to give a positive affirmative answer as opposed to a not answer. For example, what I mean by that is when you ask yourself, what do I want when I say I want to get rid of my SSA? It's better if you don't answer just not to have my SSA anymore. It will really help you move forward if you answer in a positive, proactive statement. And this applies to every time you're thinking about something and every time you have a goal or a question in life that you want to reach, to make it a positive answer. So, for example, if you wanted to get rid of SSA and you want to know what it would give you, or how would you know you've reached it, or that you've gotten to a point that you're comfortable with, you might say, I want to be attracted to women, or I want to be able to build a family, or I want to feel normal. I want to feel like every other man I know. That would be a positive answer to what you want to achieve, as opposed to just not having my SSA. So while even those answers are still a bit vague, wanting to have a family, but that's a great start in the right direction. There is no right or wrong answer, but these are answers of things that you can work towards, and that makes the path positive and proactive. And it is really difficult to work towards a not. How would you know when you've gotten there? It's more effective when you're working towards a yes, a yes feeling something. So when we lay out what do we want, and I want you to understand that so far, out of all those amazing things we listed, you can reach all those things and still have your SSA. Isn't that amazing? Why would you wait until you don't feel your SSA in order to get those things? What if you could get those things in spite of your SSA? Wouldn't that be amazing? See, the way I understand, SSA isn't standing in your way of having any of those things you might want in your life. If your goal is just to not have SSA, I don't know if I could have anything helpful for you, because I don't see that as a real goal. It's a not goal. It's what you don't want. But whatever you think your SSA is holding you back from, let's get those things on the positive goal list and begin working on those things now. So many men, when they sat and thought about it, realized how much more credibility they were giving their SSA than it actually had. How much more power they were letting it wield in their lives, as opposed to just letting it be what it is. So now, aside from the fact that you could possibly have everything you'd ever want, even if your SSA did not change, is it possible to work on diminishing the SSA in and of itself? The work is at the point of thought. What are your SSA thoughts telling you? What thoughts do you have that trigger your SSA? And what are you attaching? What are your attractions telling you about yourself? And this can start getting you on the right direction in thought if you want to start thinking about it.